On Saturday, January 11th, the Titans pulled off an incredible upset over the number 1 seeded Ravens, 28-12 in Baltimore. And there are a couple things I want to talk about and cover in this game. The main thing is that, especially in the playoffs, the best team going into the playoffs, in this case it was the Ravens, the consensus best team, doesn't always win the whole thing. They do not win the whole thing. Actually, most of the time they don't. Last year, the Chiefs probably, I think we can all agree, were better than the Patriots. And we can even argue, the New Orleans Saints were better than the Rams, but they just didn't win. They didn't make it to the Super Bowl. And if you want to talk about teams that make it to the Super Bowl, we got the Panthers, 15-1. I think that, looking back at it, we're like, they were better than the Broncos, but they still lost. The Patriots, 16-0, going against the Giants in the Super Bowl. They were better than the Giants, but they still lost. And part of the reason why these teams that we believe are the top teams or the best team in the NFL at that moment entering the playoffs lose or lost is because of a lack of adversity throughout the whole season. And part of that has to do with just their sheer dominance. But that lack of adversity does somewhat hurt them in a different way. The Ravens dominated the first quarter and the first half throughout this whole season. So they were always playing protect the lead. That was their game plan. Protect the lead. Let's get a couple scores early on, and we're just going to protect the lead and run it up if we want to. However, against the Titans scored first. And I think the commentator said it. This is like a first time in a long time that the Ravens were down early in the game because they had dominated those first quarters, like I said. And again, faced with adversity against the Titans, they ended up straying from that play style of running the rock, running the ball, feeding it to their running back, Gus Edwards, I'm pretty sure, and Lamar Jackson, letting them just do their thing. Instead, what ended up happening is that they strayed from that to a passing attack that just got exploited, and Lamar Jackson was just missing throws. And it was not pretty to watch. It was pretty sad to watch, actually, because Lamar Jackson had been making those throws throughout the whole season, but then playoff time, it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. However, I think this is really, really good for the Ravens. Although, yes, they would love a Super Bowl, and that's their mission. I love their attitude. And their attitude and their mentality is in the right place. Especially Lamar Jackson. He doesn't care about accolades or the records that he's broken or him most likely winning the MVP this season. He has one thing in mind, and that's winning the Super Bowl. And I love that because that's the right mentality you want for your young quarterback to have. And I think that this loss is going to only further his development and make him a better quarterback and player and really give him motivation to come back next year and really go for it. However, although that's really, really positive and optimistic for the Ravens, despite their loss, we cannot discredit the Titans. The Titans have come out of nowhere, 9-7, but for whatever reason, this is a different 9-7 team than the, I guess, 3 or 2 9-7 teams of the Titans that came before them. I mean, Derrick Henry, we know that he was capable of doing this, but he's shown up these playoffs. He's been a machine running the football. I think that he was the first running back with 3 straight playoff games of 175 or 180 yards plus. It's something ridiculous. And I'm really, really excited to see how that matches up against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if they beat the Chiefs, how that matches up against probably the 49ers. Because their run game is so good with Derrick Henry that if he gets going, it opens up so much for Ryan Tannehill, passing-wise, play action. It just opens up so much for Tannehill to be really, really good. But let's also not say that Tannehill's a bad quarterback by any means. He's a good quarterback. He is the same quarterback that took the Miami Dolphins, yes, the Miami Dolphins, to the playoffs. So he is a capable quarterback. And the Titans offense puts him in positions where he can be his best rather than having him do everything or be the savior that the Dolphins had him be. So I'm really, really excited for the Titans to see how they do against the Chiefs in the conference championship. I think that the Chiefs got it, but I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a lot closer than people may think.